I think right off the bat, I liked running a lot because I was really good at it. Like right off the bat, I was very talented and very good. So I liked winning. I liked the sort of attention that comes with that, I guess, at that age. You know, I mean, I did every sport. And when you sort of get older and you can't do every sport anymore and the seasons kind of bleed into each other, I just stuck with running because, frankly, because I was better at it. So those two things, I guess, kept me in it early, success, and then the camaraderie I had.
This is Scott Fauble. He runs for HOKA's NAZ Elite, and he's one of the best American distance runners. He ran 2:09:09 in the marathon. He placed 12th in the Olympic trials for the marathon. He placed 4th in the Olympic trials for the 10K. And more than that, he's a burrito lover. Okay, this isn't actually a burrito, it's just the tortilla. And I was lucky enough to speak with Scott the other week, although we didn't share any burritos. It was really cool because I was trying to hunt down the habits, routines, the keys that he has that kind of led him to get to where he is today.
I'd been completely undefeated in the state of Colorado, not lost a race. Won state by like 45 seconds, fastest time of all divisions by like 35 seconds.
Slight flex, you know.
Yeah. So like, I was riding high. I was like, I'm going to win this thing. Yeah, I went to Foot Locker. I got 5th, the Midwest Foot Locker. And that was like the first time, I think, where I really took myself deep that day. Like that was harder. I'd ran harder there than I think probably ever run up to that point. I mean, I was really just happy to be there in a lot of ways. Like I don't necessarily know that I don't think about that anymore. Like I'm not like sitting up at night, like
dang Foot Locker,
thinking about what I could have done differently. But
yeah.
I mean, it was a wonderful experience. Like I got to meet some people that I'm still friends with. I took a little break and I had a really good track season again, and they kind of like carried that momentum to Portland. You know what I'll say? Here's what I'll say to that question. The most important thing is to be happy, is to be really happy. And if you can fit running into like, make it an aspect of a healthy life, not the focal point of your entire life, that is really good. That's healthy. That's what you should be doing. Not, and that doesn't mean that don't take it serious. It just means like, it means you're a 14-year-old kid. Go have fun, you know? Like, make friends, like go to your prom, like stay out too late, like break a couple of rules. Like it's fine. It's going to be fine. This is your time to not be burdened with responsibilities. This is your time to be a kid. So be a kid, be happy. And if you really love running, like take it seriously, but don't make it like the be all end all of things.
Oh, whoa. Sweet. Shoes for today's race.
Oh yeah. Me versus Grayson.
What are we racing?
This is me versus Grayson.
As an attempt to show you guys how fast Scott ran his marathon, I decided to put my friends against each other to try and run 800 meters at his pace. I was so confident that they could not do it that I put $100 down on each of them. Scott ran a 2:09:09, which breaks down to 4:56 per mile, which is 2:28 for 800 meters. 2 times around my block is measured out to be 800 meters, and so they have to beat 2:28 for 800 meters or 2 laps around the block to win $100. So I equipped them with HOKA Carbon X2s, some new and incredible shoes on the market by HOKA. I'm stomping in these squishy Cliftons, but these are the fast shoes. So I have $100 on the line for each of them. It'll be a nice little Venmo if they complete this, but I doubt that they can run 800 meters at this pace. 2 washed up runner boys. How long has it been since you've really run?
6 months, 7 months.
and you?
Same.
So with $100 on the line, we're gonna see if these guys can run 1/50th of Scott's race. So I have a timer here, and you have to beat 2:28 for 2 laps around the block. We're gonna use this as the starting line. Are you boys ready? How you feeling? How you feeling?
Just trash the storyline. I'm feeling good, you know.
Nervous.
Yeah.
On your marks, get set, go! Watch out, watch out, watch out. 70, 71, 72, 73. Ahead of pace. Tristan, you're behind pace. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's go, Tristan. One last check through the alley. Tristan took over. Ah! Come on, Grayson. Come on, Grayson. 6, 227, 228, 229, 230. Oh, Tristan.
That wasn't fun.
You just missed it. Grayson.
Grayson stopped to catch a breather. And that's when I made my move.
They couldn't even do a 50th of Scott's race, which is insane, and it's a testament to how fast this guy was running. And Scott and I are actually gonna talk about these bad boys later in the video.
I didn't handle the transition to college very well. So like from a running standpoint, like I was really, really motivated coming in. So I was like doing workouts on my own over the summer, and I got in there and I was like very fit. Between being too fit coming in and not handling the like freedom and access to cheap beer like well at all. Like I was drinking too much, I was staying up too late. Yeah, I did not handle going to college very well. So I burned out that season pretty fast. And that was, I would say, like the only time when I like really kind of like considered quitting, I guess. But like for like 2 days, really, I was like, man, this is stupid. Like I'm training really hard, and I didn't get that I was training hard. I was trying really hard to practice, and I was running a lot of mileage, but like I wasn't treating my body right. And so I basically said like, look, I'm going to give this a spring. I'm going to give this a track season. And if I don't see some glimpse of like being really good, then I'm probably going to call it. In the spring, like I wouldn't say I was 100% serious every single Friday and Saturday night, but like I definitely cut back, and I definitely was getting more sleep, and I was training a lot better. And, you know, I didn't light the world on fire, but I ran pretty good. I ran good for a true freshman. The next spring is when things really took off. Like I put in a good winter. I had a really good spring of training and made it to nationals in the 10,000, and then got 11th there. And
crazy.
That was kind of the first time I was like, I let myself get a little bit of an ego, which I think was healthy. Like this sort of like I can race these guys, like I can be up front. Like I'm not here to participate. Like I'm here to like really compete at these races. And I really brought it. And so after that, I was All-American my last 3 years in cross country. Like your expectation of how much things are going to hurt often is worse than what they actually do. It's like I tap into it. Like when I start feeling discomfort in a race or in a workout, like I like go to that, and I like really make an effort to feel it and sit with it. And usually that makes it better. I think the biggest thing that helps me with pain management is like accepting the fact that it's going to hurt. Like, you know, like everybody visualizes having their A day, but I think most people leave out the fact that it's going to be really uncomfortable. It's going to hurt. They leave that out of their visualizations, but like, that's really important. Like you have to practice pushing through pain. And even if you can just do it in your mind, that's better than not trying, not doing it at all. I think the thing that I love about running has changed, I guess. So, like when I was young, it was because I was really good. And then at certain points, it was kind of like an escape from maybe the rest of my life that I didn't necessarily love. Like, you know, I mean, that sounds really dramatic. It's really not. Like, it's just, everyone goes through up periods and down periods. And during down periods, like running was always there. It was a constant. And now I guess the thing I sort of love about running is that it really gives me like a purpose. And in a lot of ways it provides like a certain level of meaning to my life, like where I don't know if it's the act of putting one foot in front of the other quickly for long periods of time that I really love, but it's like, this is an outlet for like a competitive urge. And like, I have this drive to find out exactly how good I can be at this. And running is that. Running's the outlet for that. And it fulfills that like need that I feel really strongly I need to fill. I had done enough to get my Ben Rosario's interest, and I moved out to Flagstaff at the end of that summer in September.
And you signed with HOKA at that point?
Yep.
And the rest is history. To wrap things up, I want to talk about gear because the tools that you train in are very important and they enable you to get to the next level and not get injured and stay safe and all those things. And speaking of good gear, HOKA just released the new Carbon X2. These things are beautiful, but on top of being beautiful, I want to talk about how they perform. The new Carbon X2 has quickly become one of my favorite training tempo shoes. Typically I'd go for my easy days in something like this Clifton, but ever since getting the Carbon X2, I've kind of changed my rotation. I find myself gravitating more towards this as opposed to this, but on the really easy days I still use the Clifton. Basically the Carbon X2 has a carbon fiber plate that helps give you a little bit extra spring. It makes you pop, it makes you feel fast, and the foam around it is cushioned so you can go for normal runs and feel safe, like you're not getting injured, but also it has the response that you need for a tempo day. The upper is also redesigned and it basically is a lot more breathable and refined, and I think that it hugs my foot really well. But one thing to note is I did have to downsize half a size just to get the right fit. I don't know if it was that I was always running a half size bigger, but this size fits a lot better. It's stiff, you can barely bend it because of the carbon plate, and how that relays in your running is that it kind of makes you feel a bit more stable.
I've done one 4-mile run right before this on them. They're great. I mean, they're really responsive. I love they're so light. Like, I love how light they are.
Yeah.
I could really see myself doing a lot of workouts in them.
There'll be a link in the description to the new Carbon X2, so be sure to go check it out. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this one. But as usual guys, I have to head out, so live happy, be healthy, bye. I feel like this was good content. I feel like we captured some good moments. I feel like you said some incredibly sound biteable things. That was fun.